this is a place of experimentation. It's always going to be an evolvement. It'll never be perfect. This idea that we're here to fix the earth is absolute nonsense. It defeats the purpose of why the earth exists, which is where a place where souls come to be born in a very dense environment in order to learn things. You make huge progress here because, love is much more explicit. Pain is much more painful. The texture of food is much more tangible. You get that in other levels of reality, but not so much as you do in the physical plane. So this is a place where we come to experiment and grow as beings. So it's always an evolvement. It's always moving. So when we got to the stage where we're just talking about where, the small group of naughty gods decided to mess the entire spectrum of what was going on here, and they caused a huge problem within the earth in terms of, creating these offspring that went completely amok and turn humanity upside down. Then the whole planet essentially does get put into quarantine because other forms of life in the universe are also dependent on what we do down here. We're not alone. Our actions reverberate into eternity. Everything we do here, it doesn't just stay within this room. It vibrates outwards, as we know. Nothing is contained within itself. So everything that we do, all our actions, all our thoughts, everything has an effect beyond the earth. And there are other people that need to evolve, and they're waiting for us to get our S together, because whatever we choose to do here will have repercussions for them, and they have to adapt to what we're doing because everything is interlinked. So there's a lot of interest in the fact that the earth is going through this has gone through. I mean, it's just kind of a rhythm, sometimes it does really well, then it goes downhill, Life is basically a big roller coaster ride. You get your ups and downs. It's not a straight shot. Right now, for example, 95% of the world right now is pretty much at peace, despite what you read on the newspaper. So we're actually doing pretty well. There are gay rights around the world. Women have the vote. We no longer hang people of different colors from trees. So we are making improvements, but these improvements are slow. And yes, I would like things to be much quicker. I like people to be harmonious and be one and the same. But that's not how it is, because we all come here as souls at different levels of experience. So the experience is always going to be a bit of a roller coaster. It'll always be one more than the other. It'll never be a balance. The balance comes from within. It's a personal balance. So yes, the whole concept of Earth being sometimes put into a stage of quarantine is necessary in order to buy it time for its inhabitants to figure out where they're at and to find a sense of communal self-determination so that then they can proceed forward into a next level of reality.
What about the Mayan calendar that said now 2012 or 2011, depending on what you believe? Does that mean that now the quarantine, so to speak, is over and now we have more, the portals are open for these higher dimensions?
The way I understand it, and this is